cutting back, the defense, just the alignment of the strong side DN forces the cutback. There's no option. You have to cut back. Now, on this particular play, there's a huge cutback window because no one was in that backside B gap right here. You got two guys over here in the D gap, no one here. Freeman saw it. So the design of the defense worked on the front side. There was just no one in this gap back here. Not sure if that's how they coached it or that was a busted assignment having two guys on the edge, but you see how it's very difficult to run outside the tackles. Everything gets pushed back to the interior. See, one more time. Here's how the 49ers defended the outside zone last season. Got your strong side D end over here. It looks like he's in a wide 9 alignment, but he's going to walk down inside the tight end and be a C-gap player like he typically was last season in the Niners defense. So he's going to try to spill the run outside and have this linebacker chase him down. It's possible. It's just harder to do than simply containing it. So this guy doesn't get any penetration. There's no spilling happening, no spillage. This guy doesn't have to run back around. He's just running basically a diagonal straight to the line. The sideline, you go back, you see the linebacker scraping and shuffling to the side, gets cut off here, blocked by his own guy, and it's the easiest 12-yard gain C.J. Anderson's ever had. So yeah, you can stop the outside zone run this way. It's just a lot harder, and the way the Niners are going to do it next year with the wide 9 will be more effective. Wide 9 look is also extremely effective at stopping jet sweep. That's another finesse outside the tackle run. It's a lot like the outside zone. It's just coming from a different angle at a different speed. Here you see Tariq Cohen trying to run the jet sweep against the wide 9. Here's the wide 9 DN. And the same as the outside zone. All he has to do is run straight up field. He sets the edge, determines the cutback for the offense, forces the running back, the jet sweeper, back into the teeth of the defense, and he loses a yard. Just a very simple, effective way to stop the jet sweep. And it's exactly it's similar to how Bill Belichick and the Patriots shut down the Rams jet sweep in the Super Bowl. The only difference was this guy on the Patriots was standing up instead of down at a 4-point stance. Same principle though. Box it in, contain it. Because that happens. Here's last season's base defense trying to stop the jet sweep with the spill and chase technique, not the contain technique. So here we go, strong side D end inside the tight end. He's gonna charge up field and try to force the jet sweeper to spill around, which he does. Executes that correctly. Watkins gives ground, and now it's up to Reuben Foster to chase down a wide receiver who's faster than him. One of the faster linebackers in the league couldn't get him. It's just hard to ask a 230-pound guy to chase down a 195-pound wide receiver who runs a 4.4. Is that Reuben Foster's fault, or were you asking him to do something he couldn't really do? Hard to say. Maybe he should make that tackle. But next year the Niners won't be really asking their linebackers to chase all the way out to the sideline against a guy who's faster than them. Final strength of the wide 9 defensive alignment. It's subtle, but it's important. It's really conducive to playing cover 2 or man coverage with a 2-high shell. But particularly cover 2 because look, when the snap happens, you got these 3 linebackers clumped right together. They're exactly where they need to be when they drop into their cover 2 zones because cover 2 is 2 deep, 5 underneath. The 2 cornerbacks in the flat and the 3 linebackers right over the middle. They're right where they need to be. The strong safety before the snap isn't so far down that he can't get back. He's more than 10 yards off the line of scrimmage, about 10 yards. Maybe 8, but he can still drop. So the linebackers are in perfect position. The safety can go either way. Flexibility to go up or back. This is a flexibility the Niners didn't really have last season. I'll show you. Here's a quick look at the Niners' base defense from last season, and as you can see, it's just not an option to run cover 2 from this look because the strong safety, who would need to be the deep half defender, is 3 yards off the line of scrimmage, closer to the center than closer to the offensive lineman than the inside linebackers. He can't drop that far. He's committed to playing either man coverage or the flat. in cover 3. So the Niners were really limited to cover 1 and cover 1 man, cover 3 zone last season. Next season they should have more coverage flexibility and the ability to disguise their coverages pre-snap, which is a good thing. Now let's talk about the weaknesses of the wide 9 alignment. I'm going to stick with the theme of coverage. It's good for running cover 2. You see it, you have all these guys clumped up in the middle of the field, but it's not good for running cover 3, which is what the Niners run more than any other coverage. It's the basis of their entire pass defense, cover 3. This new alignment really isn't what you want to be aligned in pre-snap to play cover 3, and I'll show you why. Let's go back to pre-snap. Cover 3. Cover 2, you got 5 underneath, 2 deep. Cover 3, you got 4 underneath, 3 deep. So this guy here and this guy here are your flat defenders. They have to get from here all the way over here. In cover 2, the flat defenders are already located
when I got the ball,
so
he threw it out of bounds. Why you threw it out of bounds?
Very long way to go.
Oh, man.
To get to your landmark. You can get outflanked. This tight end could beat you out there. This fullback could beat this strong safety out there. They are inside the box, so they can be blocked. They can be picked off. They can be screened out of the play. It's much more difficult. In cover 2, they just get to basically stand where they were. In cover 3, they got to hump to get out there. Watch how the Niners attacked a wide 9 defense playing cover 3 in 2011. Right now, the strong safety gets picked by Delaney Walker. So he's late getting out to the flat to get Bruce Miller. Also in cover 3, if the number 2 receiver, meaning the inside receiver, goes deep, inside receiver, this guy has to carry him. So he's late getting outside, and he's going to be a step late behind him going deep. It's a really hard coverage assignment from where he was lined up pre-snap. Bruce Miller's open. Alex Smith didn't throw him the ball because Alex Smith was a check down champion back in 2011, but you can see how that Sam linebacker was in a very difficult spot just for a simple assignment of covering the flat and cover 3. All right, let's watch the Niners play cover 3 out of their old base defense. This is the defense that Pete Carroll created, and he made it specifically because it's so conducive to playing cover 3. Remember, in cover 3, you need the strong side linebacker and the strong safety to cover a lot of ground after the snap and get out to the flat. They're responsible to be out here, they're over here. But instead of being in the box between the tackles pre-snap, you got the strong safety outside the wide 9 guy. You got a 6-eye inside the tight end and a strong safety way out here, way closer to his destination, to his landmark. He's not going to get outflanked by this tight end. Never going to happen. He's in perfect position to get out where he needs to be. This is why the Niners use this look, because it's so good for cover 3. Right? So much comes down to the wide 9 guy and the guy outside of him. If he's a wide 9, then this guy has to be inside. If he's a 6-eye, then this guy has to be outside. If he's a wide 9, this guy's in great position to play cover 2. If he's a 6-eye, this guy's in great position to play cover 3. But, everything has strengths and weaknesses. It's interesting that the Niners would adopt a defensive look that's really better suited for cover 2 than cover 3, considering they're such a cover 3 team. Another weakness of the wide 9 defense, and by far the biggest weakness, is the ability to stop runs between the tackles. I pointed out how spaced out the defensive linemen are earlier and how that's good for pass rush, but it's really not good for run defense. Well, it's not that it's bad for run defense, it's just by taking the strong side defensive end and moving him so far out, almost out of the box, it puts a lot of pressure on this linebacker right here, the strong side linebacker. And unless he's just a flat-out stud, this defense is really vulnerable to a myriad of runs between the tackles, including inside zone, which is the most prevalent play in the NFL. Teams use it more than anything. This is the Lions trying to defend inside zone and failing, giving up an easy 6 yards. And I'll take you through it again real slow. You got the nose tackle here, the 3 technique, excuse me. He's going to get double teamed by the guard and the tackle. You got 2 tight ends. They're not even going to kick this guy out. They're just going to go straight up on him with the tight end against a defensive end and bring this tight end up against the Sam linebacker and figure that there's going to be enough of a hole here and that this tight end is going to get enough of a push on this 245-pound linebacker to get a positive gain. And they're right. This linebacker here is Tahir Whitehead. He's on the Raiders now. He's 245 pounds. That's pretty big for a linebacker these days, but he's still not big and strong enough to stop this run, to fill this huge C gap that he's responsible for. It's a tough assignment. Now, the Niners' strong side linebacker is Drake Greenlaw, a rookie who's 225 pounds. He's more of a scrape and shuffler guy who would benefit from a spill and chase system. He's not a plugger. He's not a thumper. That's more like Mark Zoucha is 245 pounds, but he's not really a great plugger. I mean, the Niners have a platoon there and no true 3-down Sambacker. There are other ways to run between the tackles against the wide 9 look, as Jim Harbaugh and Greg Roman and the 49ers showed back in 2011 when they faced the Lions in their famous wide 9 look. This was a 47-yard run, I'm sure you remember. But like I said, the whole thing with the wide 9 is they're shutting you down on the outside. They're not letting you get to outside the tight end, which is what they call like the 8 and the 9 hole, the 8 hole. But this 6 hole inside the tight end is as big as the Grand Canyon. So in the last clip I showed you, there was nothing fancy going on. It was just an inside zone play. These guys blocking here and just accepting that the hole was big enough to begin with. Here they're going to take a big hole and make it even bigger by cross blocking, taking Delaney Walker, whamming Ndamukong Suh from the side. They're not going to block him at first. They're going to take the guard, move him up, and hit him from the side, use his aggression against him, and then take Vernon Davis, kick out the wide 9 guy. You're going to see, instead of trying to get around the wide 9 guy, teams are just going to kick him out. And it's not that hard to do, especially if he's 250 pounds like D Ford is. This is a tight end moving Cliff Averill. Look, so I'm talking too much. Look at the hole pre-snap, and then look at how much bigger it gets. There's a huge hole there. Obviously, you want to run through that, but then look at it gets even bigger. Kick him out. Now it's huge. And now it comes down to, can this strong side linebacker fill all of this? No, obviously not. And especially, he's supposed to meet Anthony Davis in the hole and knock him back. I mean, Anthony Davis is 330 pounds. I don't even know who this guy is. There's no chance. All Gore has to do is follow Anthony Davis. You're asking a whole lot of your standing linebacker in this wide 9 look. Look at this. He goes this way, Gore goes here. So that's quite a crater that teams are going to try to take advantage of when they face the 49ers. Here's some other ways teams will look to attack the wide 9 look in the run game. So I showed you can do the inside zone, just kick him out here with the tight end and double team this guy. Or if you want to make this hole even bigger, bring the tight end straight out the Sam linebacker, he's unprotected, and then kick out the wide 9 with the left tackle, a little cross block. Or you could do a G-lead scheme where you take the tight end, move him up in the Sam linebacker, block down on the 3 technique with the left tackle, pull the play side guard, kick out the wide. Or you could run power and bring the guard from the backside all the way through over here. Have him come up on the strong side line.
Why he's still here, huh?
Kick him out.
Why is he still here? What happened to the dinosaurs?
30-pound guard.
What happened to the dinosaurs, yo? Everybody. Huh?
It's a lot of ways you can attack this guy, push him out, and attack this guy with bigger players. Teams are going to do it a lot. Now, maybe the Rams won't do it because the Rams are an outside zone team.
That's what happened to the dinosaurs.
Niners should be better equipped to stop Todd Gurley and those guys when they face LA. But when they face a team like the Seahawks, who's offensive
this is going on YouTube, baby. And don't say y'all playing a little level over here because you know me for many years.
Wide 9 looking.
What we play at, guys?
Exactly how to attack this.
Space Mountain. And there ain't nobody that rides and rolls Space Mountain like me.
The inside zone
nobody.
Last season. The Niners were really good at defending runs between the tackles last season because they had 4 guys pretty much clumped up, not to mention this outside linebacker and this strong safety on the line of scrimmage, basically 6 guys. Much easier to run around that than to run through it.